What the hell? There are more? Last week we took you to each end of the earth from Japan to Pennsylvania to explore some of the world's alleged gateways to hell. Well, there are more dubious doorways to explore today on Cool Stuff, Strange Things. This large complex of temples and shrines dedicated to the afterlife is located along Ming Mountain. Dating back nearly 2,000 years, the site now has become a tourist attraction, as people can take a boat, then an escalator up to the temples, where many of the temples show shrines and paintings and sculptures of people being tortured for their sins. Must be a blast, huh? Combining Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism, the Ghost City earned its name long ago when two imperial officials, Yin and Wang, became to practice Taoism and became immortal. When combined, their names are translated to King of Hell. This ancient pilgrimage site is on Station Island, Ireland. It is legendary because it is the place where, in the 5th century, Jesus supposedly told St. Patrick there was a cave that led to purgatory. It has been located on our map since the 12th century and seems to have held importance ever since. As the story goes, St. Patrick, sad because his followers doubted him and wanted to see proof of his teachings, prayed to God. Christ then showed him the entrance to purgatory as proof, which he could then show his followers. The cave has always been associated with healing and spiritual powers, as it acts as a natural sauna. Built just north of Prague in the 13th century, this early Gothic castle is notable because of what lies underneath. Its chapel was built over a large hole in the ground, which was called a gateway to hell, allegedly so deep that no one could see the bottom. Apparently, the things that crawled out of the hole were the stuff of nightmares. Half human, half lizard, as well as things that could look like flying dragons or something. In fact, the castle was actually constructed to keep all of those monsters inside. Legend has it, prisoners were brought in to be lowered into the hole just to see what was down there. The first man screamed so much that he had to be hauled back up where, believe it or not, he had aged 30 years. This story comes from the Aeneid, penned by legendary Roman poet Virgil in 19 BC. It chronicles the adventure of a Trojan warrior who happens upon a fortune teller in a cave in what is now known as Naples. In the story, the fortune teller guides Aeneas through the underworld. But what was not the first time the cave had been referred to as an opening to hell. Among other places, Dante's Inferno, Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel, and T.S. Eliot's poetry. Why is room 428 in Ohio University's Wilson Hall now sealed off to students? Is it because, as school officials say, it's uninhabitable for the pupils? Is it because a former student practiced the occult in there? Is it because another student took her own life? Or is it because it sits right in the middle of a pentagram between 5 other cemeteries, making it a portal to hell? Maybe it's a combination of all, as the pretty Ohio campus seems to be nestled right in the middle of Spooky Central. Strange enough for you strange things? I'm Sabrina Seek, and I'll be back next week with more cool stuff and strange things.